Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today is another virtual lecture series titled Word Formation Processes. Word Formation Processes. As human beings, we form and use words on a daily basis to communicate our feelings, ideas, and experiences. These words that we form in any language are often used to name things, describe events, or express emotions. It should also be noted that every language in the world has its own distinctive word formation system, which means the word formation system for one particular language may be different from another, if not often, uh, if not so, it will be impossible. The world languages would have the same word formation system. However, this system oftentimes conforms to preset conventions for such words to be meaningful and acceptable to the language users. This word formation system is what is known as technically known as morphology in grammar. Now the question is, what is morphology? Morphology is simply defined as the study of word formation processes in a language. The way words are formed in the Yoruba language is completely different from the way words are formed in the English language. So what morphology does is to expose the internal arrangement of words, the internal connections of words for them to be acceptable and meaningful to the other language users. It therefore means that words can be broken down into divisible units of meanings. For example, let's pick the word unpredictably, and internationally. These two words have the following internal structures. Number one, UN plus predict plus AB plus ly. So the word unpredictably consists of four morphemes. Number one is on, number two is predict, number three is aim and ly plus ly. Another one is the word internationally. Inter 1, nation 2, al 3, lie for internationally. So when you have each of these words consists of four morphemes, means that there is one root and three bound morphemes. There is one root and three bound morphemes. Now the root is the nucleus or the heart of a word to which other morphemes are added. So I often use the hair of women as an illustration. Your natural hair cannot be as long as your artificial hair. Sometimes you see students who just plait their natural hair. It will not go beyond their shoulders. But once you add hair attachment to it, the hair can be as long as your feet. That tells you that the words we use to express events, to describe situations, or to talk about our lived experiences in life can be as long as we so desire as a competent language user. And this is only possible if our understanding of the internal structure of the words in that language is full. And this internal structure, or the internal working system of how words are formed, help us to be able to know what goes with what at what point in time. Therefore, that is what lays credence to the study of morphology. Now, there are two main types of. Now, when we talk about morphology are expressed using morphemes. Simply put, we use morphemes to express or explain morphology. So So when we talk about the bound morpheme and the free morphemes and the bound morphemes, what we are simply saying is that morphology is like a building that consists of different compartments. So there are two main types of morphemes. The first one is what we call the free morphemes and the bound morphemes. Now, what are free morphemes? Free morphemes are independent morphemes. Independent in the sense that they can stand on their own and still make a complete sense. For example, they are also known as simple words. Success, nation, engage, expect, govern, possible, and the rest of them. Any word without any attachment that can stand on their own and can make sense to the other language users are described as free morphemes. On the other hand, is the bound morphemes. The bound morphemes are opposites of what a free morpheme is, in the sense that the bound morphemes have to depend on the free morphemes for them to make sense. Let me give you an example from these earlier ones I cited. Success. We can talk about successful. We can talk about unsuccessful. Success is not the same thing as unsuccessful. Why? Because the word success, the free morpheme, has received some new attachments. Another word is nation. We can talk about nationality. Now, nation is different from nationality in terms of meaning and in terms of structure. The next one is depend. We can talk about dependable. We even hear dependable God. Yes, the word dependable is not the same thing as depend, because something has been added. Then we have the next one, engage. We also have it as engagement. Expect. We also have what we call expectation. Govern. We have governor, we have government. Possible, we have impossible, or we have impossibility. So when you have words that have when all these additions added to unsuccessful, nationality, dependable, engagement, expectation, government, it means that certain morphemes have been added to the free morpheme. Now, these padded morphemes to the free morphemes are known as bound morphemes, which means they are bound to be married to the free morphemes. Therefore, there are two types of morphemes. We have what we call, as I said earlier on, the free morpheme and the bound morpheme. Now, the free morpheme, another word for the free morpheme is called base morpheme. It is the base, or what we can call the basics. It must exist for the bound morpheme to come in. So it is also known, the free morpheme is known as a base morpheme. While the bound morpheme, on the other hand, is also known as affixation. Even the word affixation means that something has been added to the word affix, because the base of the word affixation is affix. So affixation. So our topic today will dwell basically on affixation. Now, when we talk about affixation, we are talking affixation is subdivided into three parts: the prefix, the infix, and the suffix. I repeat, an affixation or bound morphemes are subdivided into three parts: the prefix, the infix, and the suffix. So now let's begin with the prefix. What is a prefix? Prefixes are bound morphemes added before the base word, the base of a word. Let me put it that way. Prefixes are bound morphemes added before the base of a word. So it is a process that normally results in the change of meaning of the base word without changing the word class. For instance, if the root word is a noun, the addition of the prefix to it will not change it to a verb. It will still remain a noun, just that it will give us a new meaning. For example, let's look at some adjectives. Let me begin with like 2 or 3 adjectives. The word normal is an adjective. we can add a prefix to it, it becomes abnormal. Another word is moral. We can add a prefix to it, making it immoral. We have another adjective, faithful. We can add a prefix to it, making it what? Unfaithful. So that is what prefixes are. Prefixes do not change the word class of the base word to which they are attached. The word class remain. If it's an adjective, it remains an adjective, it remains as adjective. If it's a verb. Now let's look at a verb. Examples of prefixes added to verbs. Motivate. We can talk about demotivate. Is the prefix added to the word motivate to make it demotivate. It's still a verb. We have camp and we have decamp. D has been added to camp, making it what? Decamp. Okay? We have build and we have rebuild. All of these show that when a prefix appears before the base of a word, it does not change the word class that the word belongs to. It's the same thing for a noun. The word syllable is a noun. You can have monosyllable. Mono is the prefix added to the word syllable, giving us monosyllable. We have management. Then when you add the prefix to it, it becomes what? Mismanagement. Even the word market, you can have super to it, it becomes supermarket. It is still a noun. Now there are different types of prefixes. Without wasting much of your time, let's look at some. There are different types of prefixes. Prefixes, what we mean by typologies of prefixes, that these prefixes manifest in different forms, carrying different meanings. We have what we call prefix of numbers. Prefixes of numbers. Bi means two. So you can talk about bilingual. You can talk about bisexual. You can talk about bicameral. We can also talk about mono, means single. We can talk about monogamy. We can talk about monosyllable. We can also talk about monoglot. So we can look at another one, tri, meaning three. We can talk about triangle, which means triangle. An angle with what? With three sides. We can talk about trimester. We can talk about trisyllable. All of these show what? Prefix of number. We also have prefix of time, ex. We can have ex-convict. We can have ex-lover. We can also have ex-president. The word ex there is the prefix showing what? The time. That time meaning what? Former or past. We can also have for, F-O-R-E, for, which means before or in front of. So you can talk about forefathers. The word father is the base. We have added the prefix for to it, making it forefather. We have foreknowledge. We have foresight. So which means in before or in advance. Then we have postpaid, postgraduate, postnatal. And the rest of them. So to show what? To show time. Then we have the prefix of attitude. We have anti. We have antichrist. Anti means against or opposed to. Antichrist, antibacterial, antivirus, or antibody, or anticlockwise. We have co, which means together with. Prefix of attitude, co-tenant, co-author, co-pilot, and the rest of them. We also have another one, prefix of degree and size. We have super, which means above or over or superior to. We have supernatural, superhuman, supercomputer, okay, supermarket, which means bigger one. So, and the rest of them. Let's go away from prefixes and let's talk about the next one, which is, we also have, prefix of negativity. Prefix of negativity, D, that is opposed to. Demotivate, de-escalate, decommission, destabilize, depopulate. All of these show what? Prefix of negativity. We also have another one, dis, which is opposite of disapproval, disappear, disadvantage, disagree, disconnect, dishonest, which show what? Prefix of negativity. Another one is in opposition or in opposite, to show what? Opposite of incapable, incompetence, indecency, inactive, inaction, inaccuracy, and the rest of them. As I said earlier on, to save time, let's look at infixes, or what we call infixation. The word itself is infix, but the process is called infixation. And infixation is a process that involves the addition of a bound morpheme within, that is, inside the base of a word. Inside the base of a word. It is also known as replacive morphemes. It is expected to replace the base of the word in English. So it either replaces or substitutes the base word. So we have examples of infixes that show number. We have letter E added to the word man. So instead of the plural form of man to become mans, it becomes men. So a man becomes men, two becomes men, one becomes man, two becomes men. We have woman becomes women. So the analysis and the rest of. We also have the word two letter E's. Food becomes feet, tooth becomes teeth. So to show what? That infix of number. Goose become geese. Another example we can talk about under infix is the word R, letter A. Bacterium becomes bacteria, to show what? Plurality. Criterion becomes criteria, to show plurality, from singular to plural. Medium becomes media, and the rest of them. And we can go on and on to talk about prefix of number. Infix of number. We also have infix that show tenses. Infixes that show tenses. So we have stand. The letters O can be double letter O can be added to the word stand to give you stood. Take to give you took. Shake to give you shook. We also have another one where we have a single letter O that can show tense, as the infixation process can show tense. O, ride, rode, break, broke, choose, chose, drive, drove, freeze, froze, write, wrote. We also have another one, letter A, to show tenses. Sit, sat, drink, drank, swim, swam, give, gave, sing, sang, come, came, and the rest of them. We also have OU to show tense. Fight, fought, find, found, think, thought, seek, sought, and the rest of them. So these are infixes that show tenses and numbers. So that's what most these bound morphemes do. Now, the last but not the least is the suffixes. Like I said, the process is called suffixation, while the word itself is suffix or suffixes, if you want to use it as plural. So suffixes are also what? Bound morphemes that appear at the end of the base word, the base of a word. So this suffix can either be an inflection or derivation. I will explain. These are technical terms that you need to have an understanding of this for you to be able to grab the details. These are technical terms in the sense that they are either a suffix is either an inflection or a derivation. Now, an inflectional suffix inflects a word. That is, it helps the word to maintain its word class, its part of speech. If it's a noun, it is also a noun. When you add the suffix to the end of the base word, it doesn't change. So it is known as inflectional suffix. So we have some inflectional suffix as an example here. We have the word slave. If you add ry to it, it becomes slavery. We also have another one, machine. We have ry to it, becomes machinery. We have thug, a noun. We have thuggery, which is also a noun. So we can go on and on. We can also have EER added to a word to make it as an inflection to the end of the base word. We have engine, we have engineer. Profit, we have profiteer. We have mountain, we have mountaineer. And we have racket, we have racketeer. All of these show what the suffix that do not change the word class. The only word help us to maintain the word by forming a new word. So an inflectional suffix of nouns to nouns. We also have some inflectional suffix of verbs to verbs. So and so on and so forth. However, the key point here is for you to know what our derivational suffixes are, apart from inflectional suffixes. This derivational suffix from the word derive, which means a new word is derived. A new word class, so to speak, is derived. So let us consider in this from some word that change from verbs to noun based on the what derivational suffix added to them. For example, teach, because you add er to the word teach, it gives you teacher. Teach is a verb, while teacher is a noun. We have lecture. A lecture is a noun, while we also have a lecturer. Okay, we have lecture. We have when you add out to it becomes a lecturer. Are you with me? We have the word adjust. That is a verb. When you add the word meant to it becomes adjustment, which is a noun. So words that behave this way, that change the morphemes or affix that change the word class that the word belongs to, once it is added at the end of the word, they are known as derivational suffixes. Ladies and gentlemen, that is so. When we talk about word formation processes in English, the English language is so rich in word that one of the strong points of this possibility is the way the English people have been able to expand their vocabulary using the power of morphology. And the morphology is word formation processes. So when a new word comes, that's why new words keep coming up on a daily basis in the English language. And the word keeps expanding and it cannot stop, and it will not stop. Ladies and gentlemen, so this is where we want to draw the curtain on word formation processes today on this virtual lecture series. Try and watch over this video. Look for your own examples, other examples more, to beef up your knowledge, and as well as subscribe to my channel and like the call, make your comment, like my video and make your comment, or ask questions or make your observation known as much as you can. Thank you for your time.